And I'm not sure what's stranger, me telling you that or admitting that I have suffered from performance anxiety. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Why, hello there and welcome back to quite possibly the dumbest thing you're gonna watch all day, folks. Yes, welcome back to part 2 of... Wait a minute. Oh, you didn't see part 1? Oh. Okay, well here. We'll wait for you. Go ahead. No, it's okay. We'll wait just for you. Please, go watch part 1 first. Oh, I know. Rude, eh? Oh, what? Oh, we're lost. Really, there's no such thing. And I'll be quite honest with you. I'm not sure why Casio G-Shocks are so popular here. It seems every pretty girl anywhere in Thailand has a G-Shock, baby G, whatever, on their wrist. And I really don't know why. Some of them have Apple iWatches. You can tell the girls that are working hard for their money. Anyways, they don't pay attention to the time. Nobody in Thailand pays attention to the time. It is the strangest thing. And it took me, I'm going to say, a good 6 months to get used to that, because I'm the type of guy that had custom license plates, hate to be late. Always wore a watch. Any place I went, I was 5 minutes early. Depending on how important the meeting was, I could be up to 15 minutes early. If I told you I would be someplace at 9:22, I would be there at 9:21 regardless, always on time. Here, nobody's on time. If you make plans with someone, don't even bother showing up until about 45 or maybe even 50, 60 minutes after when you were supposed to be there. And don't expect them to show up probably for another 15 to 30 minutes. It is the strangest thing. You can make plans and they'll show up the next day and be like, yeah, let's go. And you're like, what the hell happened yesterday? Oh, Thai time. No such thing as Thai time. And that is one thing that if you're living here, you really need to get used to, because it can be frustrating, as I really don't have the time for it. I really don't. I'm trying to learn how, but that is one of the things that actually frustrates me. It really does. Drives me nuts. Nuts, I tell you, nuts. And I'm crazy as it is, in case you haven't noticed. Being from the east coast of Canada, I've seen one 7-Eleven in my entire life until I came to Southeast Asia. And, you know, in China, 7-Elevens are everywhere, Cambodia, etc. But they're nothing like 7-Eleven in Thailand. In Thailand, 7-Eleven is like that, it's like that guy that can do anything, you know, a jack of all trades. Literally, you can get anything at 7-Eleven. You need a new phone charger, need headphones, you want something to eat, you want phone packages, you name it, you can get it at 7-Eleven. They are fantastic. And I will say this much, the ham and cheese toasty, that really could be a Michelin star dish. That is how incredible the ham and cheese toasty is. And it's only, what, 29 baht now, which is less than $1. Yeah, less than $1 for one of life's greatest little pleasures. God bless 7-Eleven. I'll tell you something, I couldn't live without 7-Eleven now. That's how important it has become in my life. Now, I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of things that I absolutely cannot stand, but one thing in particular is packing. And probably the only thing I hate more than packing is waiting for my bag at the stupid airport carousel. Oh my. It is dreadful. So I have, over the past probably 15 years, only did check-in luggage once, with the exception of that time in Vietnam when they stole my phone, and they still haven't even replied to my inquiries. I've reached out to VietJet now probably 25 times. It has just, anyways, that's not this video, that's another one. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. clothing here is one of those things that you should not pack. So if you want to cut your travel bag down to just carry on like I do, don't even bother packing clothing. Well, pack one or two things, please, because I don't want to see you naked. Well, maybe. I'm not sure. No, most likely, because I know who's watching these videos. Anyways, listen, clothing is so cheap here, it's insane. You can buy really nice polo shirts for between $6 and $7 US. Shorts, pretty much the same. $3 to $5 for a pair of shorts. Sandals, sandals you can buy really cheap. You can buy $3 sandals. I myself, I go all out on my sandals. I spend a whopping $6 or $7 because I can't use the ones with the rubber strap between the toes. I have to have cloth, otherwise I get horrific blisters. Not that you care, but the struggle is real when you're strolling in the sand. Clothing, guys, I'm gonna tell you something dirt cheap here. So don't pack a whole bunch of, and ladies, trust me, there's bikinis galore here. You will find swimwear amazing. And for all of those people that go on about how, oh, well, it's only for small people, it's only for, no, that's not true at all. It's geared towards tourists. They know that the tourists are larger. Trust me, you can get tent size clothing if you need it. You're gonna pay a little tiny bit more, but not much. So yeah, that is one of those things that can also save you money, because if you can get a cheaper ticket without paying for checked luggage, boom, tell you, there you go. I'm saving you money already. I think you should buy me a beer after this video is done. I truly do. Now, here's a crazy example of just how Thailand really is, because at some point you are going to be not only touched by a man in a bathroom, but you're going to pay for it and enjoy it. Yes, guys, this is one of those ones that even I forgot all about. And the first time it happened to me really freaked me out. Simply because, well, to be honest with you, I have been known in the past to suffer from performance anxiety, we'll call it. And sometimes when there's an audience, it's not, well, let me explain, okay? At a lot of the upscale clubs and stuff like this, when you go into the bathroom, there's a guy that stands there, and he's not some weird pervert. Well, I'm sure there are a couple of perverts in the bathrooms, but no, this guy's job is to come up. He'll give you a massage in your back. He'll put some soap in your hands when you're getting ready to wash your hands and stuff. And to be honest with you, it's a really unnerving experience the first time it happens, because you're standing there, you know, you're trying to do your business, and all of a sudden you're grabbed from behind. And in a Thai bathroom, that can be pretty strange. And I'm not sure what's stranger, me telling you that or admitting that I have suffered from performance anxiety. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Definitely use Agoda to book your hotel rooms here. Listen, anybody that's watched me longer than it takes me to polish off an ice cold Leo knows that I absolutely hate Airbnb, and I am the king of cheap accommodations. And I'm going to tell you this much: the cheapest way to book a hotel room here is not to go down to the front desk and try to negotiate like you can negotiate just about anything else here. Oh no, I'm going to tell you something. They cannot and they will not beat the prices that you can get the room for on Agoda. Now, I'm not sure about Booking.com. I've had a couple of, let's just call them horrific instances with Booking.com, so I don't use that app anymore. I know the two of them are linked. You know, it is what it is. I'm an Agoda guy. End of story. It's just, it is the way it is. Anyways, Agoda, yeah, I would definitely suggest booking all of your rooms on Agoda. Do not try to negotiate. You cannot get a better price than what you're going to get on Agoda. I have subscribers here right now that, sadly enough, did not listen to me, and I can tell you right now, one of the hotels that I recommended to them, they're paying 1,100 baht a night, which is about $33. Not so bad. However, you can go right on Agoda today and get that exact same room for 550 baht, exactly half the price. Anyways, I am the king of cheap accommodations. You can listen to me or not, totally up to you. Okay. Can we finally admit and be honest about this, that the tipping culture in the world has gotten so far out of hand that you almost can't afford to go out to eat anymore? That's how absurd it's getting. There's actually a restaurant in California right now that's in the news because they are charging an 18% service charge for, get this, parties of one or more. I'm serious. Parties of one or more. They're charging an 18% service charge on top of their already crazy bills at their restaurant. A party of one or more. Can you believe that? Well, here in Thailand, it's completely different. There's no tipping when you go to a restaurant unless you really want to tip. You're not expected to tip. The service staff is not standing there with their hands out. They're not going to spit in your food or anything like that. It's not going to come late. You're not going to have to wait for someone to fill up your drink. No, they do not expect to tip. Do they appreciate one? Of course they do. Everybody appreciates a tip, but nobody expects one. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of places that you go, they find it insulting if you tip them. Now, I will say this much. In Bangkok, there are a lot of restaurants, and it seems to be the ones geared towards foreigners that charge a service charge. Usually it is about 5 to 7%. I quite honestly don't go there because I don't enjoy the fact that they're hitting you with that extra bill. I just, honestly, I'm against it. I don't believe it, and I don't support them. There's too many other restaurants that don't. There are one or two on Phuket, but again, I'm not going to them, and you don't have to either. So yeah, remember that tipping. Tipping is not a thing here. It's not a thing in all of Asia, to be honest with you. In China, Japan, and places like this, it's an insult to tip people. So yeah, you're going to keep a lot more money in your pocket if you remember no tipping. Now, if tipping is, let's say, 10A, 10B would be this: negotiating. You can negotiate pretty much anything anywhere here, which I think is fantastic. Look, if you get a ticket, you can negotiate the fine or the bribe, we're going to call it, that you're going to pay. You can go into a store and negotiate things. Restaurants, not so much, because I mean, that's a set thing. And please don't ever try to negotiate with a street food vendor. Their margins are so small, and that is truly insulting. So please don't do that. But everything else, when you're going to buy clothing, you're going to buy hats, you can negotiate the price, guys. And it's one of those fun things that if you are respectful when you're doing it, it can turn into a really cool experience. But yeah, negotiating, you can do it. Tipping, you don't have to do it. Fantastic. So there we go. Again, I'm not a math guy. I do know that that was a baker's dozen of stuff that I think you should know. It's definitely things that I wish I knew before I came to Thailand, and it should make everything a little bit easier for you. I will do a couple more videos and, you know, share a few other things that I think are important, not just when you're traveling here, but when you're living here, that I think will be somewhat beneficial to you. Again, guys, listen, I'm living my best life. I hope that you are. And I just want to say one quick thing. I joke about everything. Please understand that I am the least politically correct YouTuber, and I will make fun of anything, anytime. I'm not going to be a bully. I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to hurt anybody or be malicious in any way. I just try to make jokes and laugh about every single thing. So if there's a joke in one of my videos that you find offensive, I do apologize for that. It wasn't my intention. I'm only here so essentially you can laugh at me like I do. I laugh at myself every single day. And that helps me live my best life. So definitely don't take life so seriously, kids, because anything less than the best, you know it. Until next time, guys, cheers.